Hi, this is
Chloe.
and I'm Ella, and today we're going to be performing an esterification lab. First thing is you're going to put your goggles on, and you're also going to need a pair of gloves for when we go into the fume hood. So the first couple of materials that we're going to need is a test tube rack filled with 2 different test tubes. We're going to need 2 beakers, 1 empty beaker, and 1 beaker filled to 75 milliliters of water. We're also going to be using a hot plate and distilled water to fill up one of your beakers.
Next, you're going to have a balance, which is right here, and you're going to weigh out 0.5 grams of salicylic acid. You're going to also need a medicine dropper, a scopula, thermometer, 2 pipettes, and 2 pipette bulbs.
So when you're in the fume hood, you want to make sure your goggles are on, your gloves are on, the fan is on, and the glass is halfway down. So today we're going to be using salicylic acid, methanol, ethanol, acetic acid, also known as ethanoic acid, and sulfuric acid as the catalyst.
Okay, so next we have the hot plate is plugged in, and we're going to turn it up to 10 until it's at its boiling point, which means it's bubbling. So next we measure 2 milliliters of ethanoic acid into the pipette, and then we're going to empty it into the first test tube. So next we measure 2 milliliters of ethanol, and then we're going to put it into the test tube that we just put the ethanoic acid into. The boiling point for the water has now been reached, and now it's time to add the catalyst.
Now we're going to add 2 drops of sulfuric acid to the test tube. This will speed up the reaction. Now we turn off the hot plate and submerge the test tube in the hot water bath for 5 minutes. Now that the 5 minutes have been up, we're going to take the test tube out of the hot water bath into the empty beaker to cool, and we're going to use the wafting technique to determine the scent. After wafting, the scent that has been observed is the smell of paint.
Okay, now to start part 2, we have to clean out the pipettes we just used. So next we measured out 2 milliliters of methanol, and we're going to put it into the second test tube.
Now we're going to add 0.5 grams of the salicylic acid into the methanol. Now the hot bath is ready, we add 2 drops of sulfuric acid into the test tube.
Now we add the second test tube into the hot bath and wait 5 minutes.
After taking the test tube out of the hot bath, we have noticed that the methanol and salicylic acid has crystallized.
Now we use the wafting technique, and the scent that has been observed is the smell of A535 or wintergreen.
So after the experiment is complete, we're going to dispose of the 2 test tubes in the sink of the fume hood.